What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are reacting to Luka is coming for revenge.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. Sound like Batman or something right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it's his time in the Lakers. Maybe he's on fire at the moment. I think it's off season, but he's probably training hard. We're going to check out this video by Jimmy High Roller. Before we do, guys,
smash that subscribe button, otherwise Yass is going to come for revenge for you.
Damn right. If you're enjoying the content, guys, and you are watching our videos and you're not subscribed, check yourself. Check yourself, guys.
As empty as they are inevitable. With every new season comes the barrage of new clips, videos, photos of players looking slimmer, players looking absolutely jacked, jump shots looking nicer, and fans getting hyped up on the idea of a new, improved version of their favorite player. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on the guy who showed me photos of shredded James Harden.
Oh, his beard's looking like a mess over there.
Training hard.
For once.
He's training hard. Yeah, look, that's how you know Harden was serious.
Yeah.
Harden. Luka Doncic, the latest member of this offseason tradition, recently going through a transformation of his own. He's lost weight, overhauled his diet, put down the basketball altogether to focus on getting in peak physical form.
Oh.
The same exact routine we have grown all too familiar with. But this transformation feels different. It feels personal. 6 months ago, the Mavericks did the unthinkable by turning their backs on the future of their franchise. And in response, Luka isn't just getting into shape. He wants more than to just study film or work on his jump shot. He wants revenge.
Sweet revenge.
So the Mavericks obviously let go of Luka, and they said, from what you guys commented below, it sounded like he was not in peak physical form. He had potential injuries, and he was kind of up here and slowly coming down, and I think the Mavericks saw that and they didn't want to risk it, especially with his contract needing renewal and the money spent. So they said, nah,
get rid of him,
even though he done so much for them and he's that good of a player. So like Jimmy High Roller said, this is revenge. This is Luka showing the Mavericks what they missed out on. You know, like a breakup. They went for a breakup and he turned into gym bro.
Yeah.
And he's in the gym 24/7 to show his ex what she's missing out on right now.
Yep.
That's it.
Last week, Men's Health published a cover story detailing the drastic transformation of Luka Doncic over the last 3 months. In the article, Luka talks about the sacrifices he's made to hopefully take his body and game to the next level. Details that include him beginning his off-season training program the day after the Lakers were eliminated from the playoffs, followed by months of fasting, a strict diet, more time to rest than any other point in his career, and even a 1-month stretch where he stopped playing basketball altogether to focus on weight training and other sports to get his mind and body off the court and focused on his overall fitness. And immediately following this news came the hype of skinny Luka.
Do you even recognize the person on the cover?
Showing off his slimmer physique.
Not gonna lie, he looks different.
He looks better like this.
But after a full summer of training and lots of protein, he's poised to take his game and the Lakers to another level.
But we've seen this before, not just from other players, but from Luka himself. Time and time and time again. So why would things be any different this time? Because I believe Luka's commitment to his health and conditioning over the last few months actually has little to do with his body and more to do with his mind. The real transformation here isn't in his weight or his conditioning, it's between his ears. For the last 6 months, Luka has been a ticking time bomb. His abilities as a leader were questioned, his work ethic and his drive were put up for debate in front of the whole world. The Mavericks traded Luka because they felt not only was he out of shape, but that he would never get into shape. They felt he wasn't taking his conditioning seriously, and his lack of discipline was essentially a death sentence to any hopes the Mavs had at ever winning a title with him leading their team.
That's wild to say that though as well, because he was a top performer. So to say we'll never win it without a top performer, despite, you know, him not putting that extra effort to get in peak physical shape, I still think that's wild in my opinion.
The thing is though, like, for you to be able to, I mean, I don't know why he wasn't taking care of his body. Maybe he was enjoying the money, maybe it was the injury, I don't know. But like, come on, look at Mike Tyson. He was always in the gym when he was training. And I think we saw just in that little article, it said that Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, they were always training to keep themselves in top shape. So I feel like that's discipline. Maybe Luka just didn't have that discipline. I don't know.
He has the talent, he has the skill for basketball and the love for basketball, but like you said, he probably didn't have the discipline in the gym, which is its own little thing, because if you're not weightlifting and doing all the stuff you need to do, yeah, he's an excellent basketballer, but he could have taken his game to the next level. The prime example of this in sports is like the people you said, but also Cristiano Ronaldo. That guy is the reason why he's number 2 behind Messi, or some people even argue he's number 1, is because his body is a temple. He's in the gym all the time. Like, he's so serious about his diet. Like, it's a lifestyle. It's not, I'm just good at the sport.
And you can see it through his skin.
He's super ripped 24/7. He's a lot older now, and he still looks looks younger than people in their mid-20s. Like, not trying to glaze, but it's just facts, guys.
You don't even drink fizzy drink.
So Luka needs to, as a top player, as anyone in the NBA, should be kind of being on that level, really.
Yeah.
Comments that are just as wild today as they were at the time, and probably should have stayed in private, but from their perspective were legitimate concerns. In the following months, Dallas got AD, they landed with the number 1 overall pick, which is suspicious, and they landed on Cooper Flag. A happy ending in Dallas considering their monstrosity of a decision. But the one thing Dallas forgot to factor into their grand plan, there is nothing Luka Doncic loves more than revenge.
As we've seen with Booker.
This is the same man who embarrassed a 64-win Suns team, sent them packing in a historic Game 7, and talked smack the whole entire time because they got a little too confident. This is the same man who put the Defensive Player of the Year on an island, walked him down for a game winner, and told him he couldn't guard him, all because of one hard foul. He dropped a 50-piece on the Pistons because their assistant coach said a few things he didn't like.
It seems like there was a little extra chirping going on with the bench tonight. Did that impact
it was their assistant coach. He started chirping in the first quarter. So they didn't like when I chirped back. Now they said play basketball. If they're going to chirp at me, I'm going to chirp back. I ain't scared.
For every snide remark, every unsightly gesture, comes a Luka masterclass as a result of the unfortunate soul who thought it was a good idea to cross him. You want to take a wild guess at who he scored the most points against last season? That's right. The man knows how to hold a grudge. This, my friends, is not a coincidence. And neither is Luka getting into the best shape of his life, my friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. I was looking at this side. So, peak. So he made sure he's doing some mad point scoring. Don't piss off Luka, guys. That's the lesson here.
Is not a coincidence. And neither is Luka getting into the best shape of his life this offseason. After 7 years in the NBA and refusing to take his health and conditioning seriously, Luka literally did exactly what the Mavs said he would never do and got into the best shape of his life purely out of spite. Which leads me to believe this is not your typical offseason transformation. This is a man who is out for revenge, and like the greats that came before him, is prepared to not just change his game, but change his entire approach on the game. Back in 2011, after losing to Dallas in the finals, LeBron James was at a crossroads in his career. He was definitively the best player in the world by this point. His game looked sharp, it looked complete, he was better than ever. And yet, something was still clearly missing. And it was in the following offseason where he found that missing piece. He sought training from Akeem Olajuwon to expand his post-game. He spent more time studying his decision-making on the court and finding ways to improve it. And of course, he transformed his body to handle the more inside-out game he would deploy in the following season.
There you go.
Yeah.
A top legendary player. He is in the gym conditioning his body.
And his condition, let's be real, he's in top shape.
He looks sick.
He's in top shape. Even his current, more recent games with the Lakers, he's in incredible physical shape for his age.
There you go.
Yeah.
Transformation, although visible on the outside, was happening inside. How he saw the game, how he led his team, his resilience in tough moments, and the sacrifices he was willing to make in order to win. A transformation motivated by the shortcomings and criticism he had faced leading up to that point, and a shift in perspective that many all-time greats have had to face and overcome. Michael Jordan's moment came in the summer of 1990, after getting beat down by the Pistons, searching for an answer to get over the hump. His answer came in the form of spending countless hours in the weight room, putting on 15 pounds in the offseason to handle the physicality teams were throwing at him, and a newfound willingness to adapt his game to a new system and coach that knew it could work, but only if Michael bought into it. Kareem's moment came after a 7-year championship drought, where he had to embrace the idea of not just being a great player, but being a great leader. inspired by a young, exuberant rookie who virtually gave him no other choice. Some of these turning points are more public, more intentional. Others are stumbled upon in pursuit of greatness. But all of them weren't just transformations of game, but a transformation of how they approach the game. After repeated playoff failures and constant criticism about his work ethic and conditioning, Shaq's moment came in the summer of 1999. With Phil Jackson as the new coach in LA, Shaq showed up in the best shape of his life, leaned into the triangle offense, and for the first time, fully bought into not just dominating, but winning. The transformation was visible in his body, but the change that really mattered happened to his mind. For Kobe, his moment came at rock bottom, with the departure of Shaq and missing the playoffs entirely in 2005. In the years that followed, he began to reshape not just his body, but his identity as a leader, a transformation that brought upon a completely new era in Kobe's career. As Kobe said at the time, his number changed, but the real shift happened in his mindset. He learned how to elevate teammates rather than just outscore opponents, a change that gave Kobe the tools to lead his team in ways that never quite showed up in the box score.
Now, this is the thing. I get Maverick now, because if Luka's not taking his health seriously, how can he lead people? You're meant to be an example.
Yeah, facts.
Kobe, he was a very good example. He was an outstanding player. His mindset was good. Even LeBron, he must be an amazing leader as well. I love Luka. I think he's great.
Yeah, we're big fans
But
of
in
Luka.
terms of leading people, you have to be an example yourself.
You're right, because let's be real, the teammates are just going to be like, oh, Luka's so unfit and he's like the best player.
Yeah.
I don't need to train as hard, and look, he can do it. I'm sure I can do it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So,
it's a domino effect.
yeah, it is domino effect. So yeah, no, maybe it was for the best for everyone, for the Mavericks and for Luka, because Luka would have never went through this phase now that he's going through if that didn't happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of these players, despite their game-breaking abilities and undeniable impact on the game, had to face the uncomfortable reality that if they wanted to win, something needed to change. A reality that Luka is facing at this moment in his career in more ways than one. Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Embiid, Tatum. What do all of these players have in common? They are all generational talents of the current NBA era.
Yeah.
But they also share something else in common. All of these players have won at least one of these milestone awards through the first 8 seasons of their career. MVP, Finals MVP, and or a championship. The only generational talent at the moment who hasn't is Luka. In fact, almost without exception, every all-time great modern player stamped their legacy with at least one of these benchmark achievements that separate great players from all-time great players by the end of their 8th season in the league, most of them with many of these awards. By this point, nearing about the halfway mark of a player's career, the truly transcendent players are well on their way to checking off these accomplishments. And in terms of talent, impact, and numbers, Luka should be in this class by now. That has not only been the expectation, but the trajectory he's been on for the past half-decade. But he has yet to achieve any of these accomplishments going into his 8th season in the league. Luka just had to sit by and watch his own draft classmate pull off a historic run, MVP, Finals MVP, and a championship in the same season, all while Luka was being told he didn't even have what it takes to lead a team to a championship. The man is watching his peers take over the NBA and cement their legacies right in front of his eyes. Pair that with the doubt and ridicule the Mavericks have shown him, and a man who has sought revenge for a whole lot less, and you have a recipe for what may just be a real transformation, fueled by failure and an unwavering desire to get even.
Wow.
That's a serious video. I think Luka's going to be a serious unit, because it's not like he don't have the ability. Statistically, he's just as good as those guys. It's just he ain't got the trophies to stamp in. I think, like what Jimmy Highroller said, it kind of links to him just getting too comfortable. And sometimes people need to get pushed out their comfort zone in order to push themselves to that next level. And it seems like he was very comfortable in his previous team. And now that they let go of him and they saw that he's comfortable, he's now able to ascend to the next level with the Lakers.
You know what? I think him being in the same team as with LeBron James is actually going to have a positive impact on him, because LeBron James, he trains very hard.
He does.
In and out of the court. He takes care of his body in the gym as well. So maybe, when you surround yourself around certain people, you start to pick up their habits as well. So maybe he will pick up these habits and think, oh, I want to have a long legacy like LeBron James. If I want to do that, I need to take care of myself. So
spot on. And I think LeBron let's be real, his leadership attributes right now are amazing. You know, it has been in his previous team, and I'm sure it's still is in the Lakers. Luka needs to see that. He needs to be around that, and he needs to take in what it takes to be the best. And that, like you said, will probably wake him up further. And LeBron is the example that Luka should have been in the Mavericks.
Yeah.
But now hopefully he can realize that, and maybe that's why he's in the gym so much now.
LeBron's 41?
41, yeah.
He's still playing.
And he's in top physical shape. Guys, thanks for the recommendation. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For now, peace out.
Bye.